Today we're exploring Biscayne National Park, 95% of which is underwater. Come with us as we check out 3 lighthouses and an island in this beautiful park near Miami, Florida. This is Magellan.
And this is Greyhound.
Where we make videos about epic road trips, kayaking, hiking, and other outdoor adventures. Biscayne National Park is one of 3 national parks in Florida and was first created in 1968 as a national monument by President Lyndon B. Johnson before being expanded into a national park in 1980 by Congress. It is a great place for kayaking, scuba diving, snorkeling, and windsurfing. However, most visitors to the park will take a boat to see it, and that's what we did. We had kayaked a tiny portion of the park some years ago, but this time we decided we needed to see more. Much, much more. And so we booked tickets for a 4-hour guided boat tour that only occurs once every month. Make sure to do this in advance and cross your fingers that the weather will be nice. The tour leaves from the Deering Estate, which is about 20 miles south of downtown Miami. You'll walk through the grounds and see the home of Charles Deering before heading to the boat. Despite being only once a month, the boat was not that packed. Right as we began our trip, we saw mangroves to our left, one of 4 ecosystems protected in Biscayne National Park. The other 3 are the waters of Biscayne Bay itself, the coral limestone keys, and the Florida Reef. We then saw the Miami and Miami Beach skylines in the distance. Eventually, we came upon Stiltsville, established in the 1930s as a community of shacks. They were first used as smuggling outposts and later watering holes and gentlemen's clubs. Most were destroyed during Hurricane Andrew in 1992, and only 7 exist today. At their height, there were 27 of these in the 1960s. Our next spot is the Cape Florida Lighthouse at the southern end of Key Biscayne. Built in 1825 at 95 feet high and operating until 1878 before being replaced by Fowey rocks. It was briefly put back into service from 1978 to 1990 by the U.S. Coast Guard. It is one of many lighthouses built all along the Florida Keys down to Dry Tortugas National Park due to the sheer number of shipwrecks on the Florida Reef. You can visit Bill Bagg's Florida Cape State Park to see it up close or relax on the beach. The next lighthouse is the previously mentioned Fowey Rocks, located 7 miles southeast of Cape Florida. At 110 feet above the water, it was built in 1878 and automated in 1975. Not only is it still in operation by the U.S. Coast Guard, but it is the last of the original Florida Keys offshore manned reef still in operation. It was named after the UK Royal Navy ship, the HMS Fowey, which crashed on a nearby reef to the south in 1748. Our next stop is Boca Chita Key, a 32-acre island located north of the upper Florida Keys. As you approach, you will see the 3rd lighthouse on this tour, built in the 1930s but functionally ornamental. Note to everyone who may visit Boca Chita but not on our boat tour. The lighthouse was locked when we arrived and was only opened by our National Park Service guide. If it can be opened by anyone else, we don't know. The Boca Chita Lighthouse stands 65 feet tall and has an observation deck you can climb up to for some nice views, which is always cool to do. It also has an ornamental cannon nearby as well. As you can see from all the privately docked boats, Boca Chita Key is the most visited island in the park.
Mark Honeywell of Honeywell Controls bought this island in 1937 and developed it as a place for wealthy industrialists from Miami to come out and play.
There is a campground here and also a large area with picnic tables. And while Boca Chita Key does have saltwater toilets, there is no food, water, or electricity available, and leave no trace principles are in play. This was a nice spot to bring our snacks and quell our hunger, because remember, this is a 4-hour tour.
Cheers. Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers. We then decided to explore a little while we still had some more time. This was a nice little beach area, but not that many people were here, and we soon found out why.
Yes, mosquitoes can bite through your jeans. The best tip I can give you is to wear a rain jacket. They cannot bite through rain jackets.
There is a path around the rest of the island, but because we were not prepared for the mosquitoes, we quickly retreated. Mosquitoes 1, Magellan and Greyhound 0. We decided to just hover near the lighthouse for our remaining time and take in the beautiful views. This water is so clear. I can't remember exactly, but we were given at least 30 to 45 minutes to explore Boca Chita Key once we arrived. We eventually headed back to the boat and began our journey back to the Deering estate. It was a beautiful ride all around, and we appreciated seeing more of the park this time around. Afterwards, we ate some delicious Cuban food and had some tasty beers. Have you been to Biscayne National Park? If you have, let us know what else we should do if we make it here again. Otherwise, we'll see you on the trails or in the water.
Look what we found.
Hello? 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 There's nobody here.